Yesterday, I found this rock, and at our ranch we have lots of stone tools here. This one fits my hand just like a mouse. It's amazing what a great tool this is. There was also some remarkable kind of line drawings or line scratchings into this rock. It's a very heavy rock. I would have to say that. That's another thing that's surely this was a great tool for someone because it has a lot of heft. For just fitting in my hand, it definitely feels like it's a pound. You can see that's the left side where it's rougher, and this is the bottom where they've smoothed it out using little pitting it like, and that's the other end. So you can see how it's formed like this wedge shape, so it perfectly fits in your hand. That end has been changed obviously so that it fits even better for your hand. But you can see how the contour on each side, so it goes perfectly. And there's a space for that's right there is where your finger would go, that little dip. That's where your index finger would go. And then on either side, so one side's a little bit rougher where your fingers would be, and then where your thumb is, it's a little bit smoother, but it fits perfectly in your hand and is very flat for a smashing kind of ability. And I'm just really curious about these marks in the rocks. Like, we have seen all kinds of rocks here. Rocks that are shaped like animals, that are carved, like little ducks. We found those. We found lots and lots of tools, all kinds of small tools, left-hand tools, right-hand tools, like every kind of tool that you can imagine we seem to find on this ranch, which was surrounded by a creek, natural creek, and on a hill. So the people must have lived here. I have no idea why there's such a great variety of rocks here. And then look at that is that a little bit of blood in there? It definitely has darkness on one side. Look at all that fine line. Look at this rock. It had not been touched when I picked it up in the yard for maybe tens of thousands of years. And there's a great deal that is on this rock that I just think is really interesting, including the darkness, which kind of signifies to me it was bloodied at one time. It's that kind of the iron oxide has kind of stayed in there. And then some of these scratches in the stone, like somebody marked it themselves, like could be, we don't know. Like, these people were amazing. Look at how they've divoted out, took chunks out of that so that it formed somebody's hand perfectly. The things that they made with stone tools, just using other stones and maybe some hard antler bits, is amazing. And I'm giving you a good long look at all the different features of this rock and see if you can see anything else. Sometimes I look at this and I'm like, oh my God, look at that. Like yesterday when I came out and this rock had been sitting on a table we have on a patio, and the patio is covered by tin roof, so it gets really hot in here. It was so warm. You put that flat side of that rock up to your chest. It was so warm. It lingered. That heat lingered there for quite a while. I think this is just such a wonderful piece, and I'm really glad to have it in our collection. We have so many rocks here. That's the one thing I can't stress to you enough. We literally have buckets every time that we go onto the ranch, and it's beautiful here. We keep it very maintained, and there's lots of wildlife, and we're very proud that we call in all these critters to come and share this beautiful space. This was their space before we got here, so we're cognizant of that, and we try really hard to be part of this. But I wanted you to see this rock. It's shaped. There's the flat side, and as you turn it over, you can see the whole thing again. There's a spot for your index finger. There's those drawings again, or carvings into the rock, and it is a heavy rock. That's the other thing that really signifies this. I would have thought that it's obsidian on the inside because they used a lot of that. We have a lot of that here. But I don't really see any signs of that. Look at that. It looks like a K to us, but it could have been like a person or something like that. But that little triangle is also really interesting. It's like somebody's brand. I don't know how they would have done that, like scratching it with a heavy stick. I don't know. They didn't have pocket knives back then. They didn't have a way to do it. I think if I even tried right now, there's that triangle. If I tried to scratch into a rock, I would have to think really hard what I could do to scratch into that rock. That's certainly a little triangle. Somebody's little brand, maybe. Who knows? I haven't seen it on any of the rock, but I haven't been looking for it either. That's what I think is so amazing about these rocks. Is there's a variety, and there's a certain amount of shapes that kind of repeat over and over. This one shape where it really fits in your hand and is flat on one side, we have lots of those kind of rocks, pounding rocks. These were tools that they used every day. So I hope you enjoy my little rock from Little Star Ranch. It's an ancient hand tool from we don't know how long ago, maybe 30,000 years ago, maybe more, something like that. But if you ever get to Somerville, Texas, look me up. Sugar Gate is good.